All right, November Dev Diary just came out yesterday. Just came out yesterday. Can I pull that up at all? No, I can't. Okay. Hello, survivors. We've nearly finished with part 4 of Tales from the Far Territory, the paid expansion pass DLC for survival mode. So I thought you might be curious to know a bit more about it, about what's added in this new part, launching early December. See, early December, boys and girls. As outlined in my September Dev Diary, Part 4, which will be called Buried Echoes, includes the new region in the Far Territory, the Zone of Contamination. Ooh, look at that nasty wolf. Good God, he looks so sketchy. That wolf looks so, look at that wolf, he looks so sketch. I love, that's a great graphic right there. That's a great graphic. The Langston Mine lies at the heart of the Zone of Contamination. Industrial pollution from decades-old mining operations, leaving it a poisoned wasteland patrolled by toxic wolves, featuring large industrial remnants and hiding many hazards and mysteries. At its heart is an open pit mine. An open pit mine scars the landscape, and deep inside its twisting tunnels, if you survive the poison gas, sits a room that holds many secrets. The Zone of Contamination is the second of 3 large regions that make up the Far Territory, and we're excited to see how you find it pairs up with the Forsaken Airfield, which we launched in Part 1. The Zone of Contamination coming in Tales, Part 4. Yeah, zombie wolves, toxic wolves, yeah. The Travois will be helpful when moving base stuff. Yes, it will. So along with the mine theme, we've included a variety of new and useful gameplay tools. A respirator, which when worn will protect you from poison gas you might find in the Zone of Contamination, and eventually other parts of the Far Territory and Great Bear Island at large, like maybe the gas mine in Blackrock? The respirator relies on consumable canisters to provide its protection, so keep an eye open for those as you explore the Far Territory. We are also adding chemical boots, which can protect you from the toxic pools that pollute the Zone of Contamination. These pools are really hard on regular footwear. And a hard hat that offers strong physical protection against head damage. There's also a miner's coat and miner's pants, which make up a whole set of protective gear if you manage to find them all. And who knows if that's going to be... I don't know if that's going to be gear that's available on all difficulty levels. I know you can find the... the aviator jacket and aviator hat on interlopers, so possibly. Possibly. While exploring the Zone of Contamination, make sure to keep an eye out for the poison wolves that patrol the area. They are leaner than regular wolves and more desperate. Living around the toxic pools have left them poisoned themselves, and without much to eat, they are more dangerous than usual. Their bite can leave you with a new poisoned affliction, so be extra careful when exploring the Zone of Contamination. A poisoned affliction, great. And then there's the new, that's just an artist rendition. Looks like there's like a little dock down over here. It looks like some little bunkhouses or something on that side. I don't know if that's going to be actually what it looks like or not, but that's an artist rendition of it. The Langston Mine sits at the heart of the Zone of Contamination and hides many secrets. Now, within the Zone of Contamination, you'll be able to start the second tale called Buried Echoes, a continuation of Signal Void, which we introduced in Part 2. Buried Echoes adds another layer of mystery to the story of the mine workers, the security chief, and the enigmatic Rudiger. Buried Echoes presents a story that goes in a somewhat unusual direction for the Long Dark, and we're excited to see what you think. The tale and the new region also feature new music, which all add to the atmosphere of Part 4. And, as with Signal Void, there is a special gameplay reward to be gained for completing Buried Echoes. You'll first have to get there to see what it is, and don't worry, the tale will be available in interloper experience modes. I've been working a lot when you've been on Mr. Stories while you play. What do you think is a funny thing that happened while playing? I'll answer that in just a minute. The Travois is coming in Tales Part 4. Or the Travois in Tales Part 4. So yeah, we're going to be getting the Travois, which is exciting. Beyond the Zone of Contamination and Buried Echoes, Part 4 also adds a significant new gameplay tool, the Travois. A craftable, movable container, the Travois is constructed from saplings and other materials and allows you to drag a large amount of extra gear around with you. But keep in mind, you will make some components, compromises to movement speed while dragging the Travois, and you can't take it everywhere. And depending on what you choose to load it with, it can be a very effective wildlife attractant, so be careful to stop and look around once in a while, lest a pack of hungry wolves or a bear sneaks up on you. It's the perfect tool for moving a large amount of gear and items from one location to another when stocking up a new safe house or supply cache, or moving your main base of operations to a new region. As always, we don't want players who opted not to purchase tails to feel left out. So we've also included some meaningful free updates to the base survival game, which will be available to everyone who owns Long Dark or Survival Edition. As we shared in September Dive Diary, we finally managed to find a good way to add hand coverings to the game. Now, what you see on your hands will reflect what you have equipped in your hand slot in the clothing menu. Same for the lower sleeves of whatever you're wearing on your arms. We've updated some animations so they work better with things like mittens. We're very happy with how this turned out, and we feel it brings a whole new level of immersion to the game. We hope you agree when you get a chance to try them out. So that's really cool. So no more body odor from carrying the smellies. Exactly. Well, but the Travois will have the body odor. That is the nice thing. We get to do the signal void too, so that's cool. That revolver's eating a lot of bullets. Also, we added a whole new series of first-person harvesting animations. Now, when you choose to harvest a carcass for meat or other resources, you will see your hands involved with the harvesting action, as well as the tool you have chosen to harvest with. It's another way we're trying to always enhance the sense of immersion for the Long Dark. So yeah, look at that. They actually got the harvesting animation, or they actually have harvesting animations on there. Can I actually get that back? Thank you. There we go. I shouldn't have clicked on that. So there's there's a whole bunch of different animations with different gloves, different sleeves, different things. Never do that with matches. You have the opportunity to use the new insulated flasks, which let you store and keep liquids warm for longer. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Perfect for when you want to stack some warmth buffs for those long treks across the frozen wilderness. The flasks come in a variety of colors and patterns, so keep your eyes open for them as you move through the world. Ooh, that's awesome! Hey, Mr. Grinch, how you doing? That is awesome. Okay. And finally, we've added a new scurvy affliction. Certain foods will now provide you with vitamin C. And if you don't consume enough of them over time, you can develop scurvy risk and eventually scurvy. It's a horrible thing to contend with. Definitely something to keep an eye for those longer running games. Oh wow, I wonder how that's gonna work on long running games, because you really don't have. There's very little, like, they almost need to give us more fruit options if they want us to not have that. That's gonna be interesting. Giraffe Assassin, thank you for the follow there. I appreciate that. This mainly sums up the focus of part 4 of Tales, and we think it's a great way to end the year of Long Dark. As last note, I want to make sure is about the recent Hinterland pop-up merch store. As many of you know, we closed our store in 2021 because of COVID. Due to overwhelming requests from the community, we decided to open up just to clear out old inventory. We didn't anticipate the demand, and the pop-up shop, which we'd planned to run for 3 weeks, sold over 1,300 items in less than 3 hours. Well, duh. I could have told him that. Our original plan was to use this to clear out our stock to make room for a whole new line of merch in the new year, but we know many of you didn't get an opportunity to purchase a Hinterland mug or Jackrabbit hoodie or one of the fantastic Granted X Hinterland sweaters. We're looking to restocking as much as we can for the new year, and our current plan is to sell many of these items along with the new items we'll be launching in the new year. So if you missed out this time, you'll have a chance, at least one more opportunity to purchase some of the classic Hinterland or Long Dark merch. If you want to be kept up on the sales, recommend go to his Hinterland newsletter. That wraps up the November Dev Diary. Keep your eyes open for the release of Buried Echoes and the free survival update that comes at the same time early in December. December 12th. That's my guess still, December 12th. You can expect a full narrated video, update video to launch with part 4, which will go into more detail about each of the new additions to the game. Stay warm out there, Raphael. Very cool. Very, very cool. So, it sounds like a new use for rose hips is they're really, as in real life, they're really high in vitamin C. Yeah, probably the rose hips will be something we'll definitely use for that. So we're getting the Travois. We're getting 2 new afflictions because there's going to be a poisoned affliction and a scurvy affliction. Or is that 3 new afflictions? Hold on a second. Is that 3 new afflictions that are coming with this update? Because there's poison that you can get from the wolves. Scurvy. And I think that was there one more? No, I think scurvy and poison. So yeah, we can get poison now. There's a poison affliction coming and a scurvy affliction coming. Interesting. That'll be very, very interesting to see what happens.